going on, guys? A phenomenal push session done last night at Iron Heavy Gym. Added in a exercise that I've been kind of hankering for a little bit: flat dumbbell press. I do not barbell press. I do not barbell press anything flat. Maybe on a slight incline, but definitely nothing flat. So trying out, not even trying out, just reinforcing some good habits, right? So, watching videos from Renaissance Periodization, specifically Dr. Mike. Uh, he's an advocate of full range of motion, like all lifters are, but he really is. So what I was trying to do, and I'm not sure I accomplished this, I think I did, in my mind I did, lower the dumbbells all the way down to where they pretty much touch your chest and then explode back up, right? So it went well for the first couple sets, right? And then as the sets got heavier, I would like to think I was doing that, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you don't realize if you're doing it or not. So, but anyway, so let's talk about the flat dumbbell press a minute. I really like using dumbbells after going through a couple of phases with the barbell. I don't try to hit a ratio or anything like that of barbell to dumbbell work, but what I try to do is if I do 2 to 3 cycles of straight barbell work for the chest, then I will go to dumbbells. And it just seems to free up that range of motion the shoulder has been going through for the past couple of strength cycles or a couple of hypertrophy cycles. So if you're starting to get a little bit of shoulder pain, try to switch to that dumbbell and see what happens. You'll definitely get more of a growth response when dealing with the added stretch that the dumbbells do provide at the bottom of the movement. So it's something to really think about when you're handling dumbbells, that stretch part. So as the dumbbells get heavier, they obviously get a little bit more awkward to handle. So you want to think about at least just getting someone to help you get them into position as you handle a heavier weight. So all I want is you. That was extraordinarily fun to do in a mask. In any event, back on to the incline press, but this time in a Smith machine. So if y'all know me, y'all know I don't really fancy the Smith machine. Well, guess what? I better start fancying that motherfucker, and anybody that's over the age of 35, 40 better start fancying it too, because guess what? Holding that incline bar over your head is kind of a bitch. And your strength is eventually going to go backwards if you don't smarten up and rotate this in with the free bar incline press. So a couple of different moves that I'm doing here, or a couple of different tweaks I'm doing here. Notice how I used to you're used to me saying bringing the bar below my chin, just above where it touches the chest, and then pushing up. So what I went ahead and done, at least for the first couple sets, was to go ahead and touch the chest with the bar, pause it, and then push up. It's an attempt to remove all momentum outside of that movement. I'm also emphasizing the negative as well. So here I get in about 2 sets of 5 with 275. Debated doing a back off set, but decided against it ultimately. So now I have a starting point to where I could progress on this exercise and really try to get stronger over time. That is one of the goals. In my opinion, the older you get, the more you have to train to keep your strength, and you have to do it you have to do it in ways that doesn't require a ton of heavy loading. Obviously, there's going to be some loading in there, but you're going to have to set some parameters as to how much loading you want for a particular exercise. So that's the incline press. Moved on over to hammer, nothing fancy here. Couple of sets, hit it up with 3 plates, no back offset. I just really like doing this exercise outside of, that's really the only reason I did it. I just really like doing this exercise. So guys, like I say, don't have equipment FOMO and be consistent and all that, but also get some stuff in there that you enjoy doing. At the end of the day, bodybuilding is about enjoyment. So you have to be able to like what you're doing. You have to like the exercises that you're performing. You have to like some of the foods that you're eating. Now, some of the foods are going to be straight ass, but I mean, you have to like what you're doing, guys. So don't be afraid to throw stuff that you like in there, because I love this movement. Speaking of movements that I really like a lot, if you guys have access to this Nautilus Nitro fly machine, man, I suggest you guys use it. It is really one of the more underrated machines that I have ever used. And I've been using it for a while, right? So why is it superior to a lot of fly movements that I've used in the past? One, the stretch is just phenomenal, and the angle at which you bring the pads down just really gives the chest a strong contraction. But that stretch, man, ooh, my goodness, is really, really, really good. I know this was a mainstay at Gold's Gym Venice for a little while. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I know for one thing, if you have access to a chest fly like this, please go ahead and do it. This is where I did kind of a rest pause drop set, getting in some metabolic damage work or some extra work there, and just really trying to pump the muscle up with some blood, get a strong contraction before I move on to delts. Moving on to another exercise. Again, that's been the bane of my existence. The hammer strength behind the neck press. So the angle really puts you at a disadvantage for pressing. It really does take a lot of the... So let me explain. Pressing strength does involve a lot of upper back, right? So with this, it almost puts you at a disadvantage where there's no upper back usage or a ton of upper back recruitment to help get this weight up. It is literally all deltoid, which is why I feel this machine is probably one of the more superior ones if you want to get strong delts. I think it's a great pressing motion. It's not a lot of stress on the rotator cuff, but I warn you, it is a bitch. It is an absolute bitch. I fortunately have had access to a machine like this. Oh God, pretty much for the entirety of my adult lifting quote unquote career. So when I find myself straying away from it, I don't do as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my next block a dedicated block with this. So we're going to work hard and we're going to get that poundage up, and we're going to get some nice round delts and some dense muscle, right? Speaking of the next block, so these workouts this week have just been kind of like recovery / see where I'm at. So you saw earlier the 130-pound dumbbell presses, right? So that's my start point. That is my start point to try to blow that number out of the water as far as poundages and as far as reps go. So when I put together this next block, um, which should kick off within the next week, maybe two, um, I'll have an idea of what the fuck I need to do as far as numbers go. So there's that word on that. Super range of motion laterals. Got this from Dr. Mike Israel, who will be a guest on the Tenacity Strength Fit for Duty podcast on Sunday. Saw these on his Instagram. Very similar to Y laterals that I would do on the free motion machine. However, they are just with dumbbells. I really do like these. You get a strong contraction in the side delt. I mean, just ridiculous to the point of where it's cramping. So I really like this exercise. It's something that I'll definitely keep in my permanent rotation. The fact that I don't have to use heavy dumbbells for laterals to work is, in my opinion, a goddamn godsend. Alright, last exercise of the day. Got this from good old Hunter Labrada, whose shirt I'm actually wearing today. We are using punch laterals. And what do I mean by what is a punch lateral? Punch lateral is a lateral where you make the motion of you punching the floor and you do a side lateral. And it really fires that side delt head up. With a ridiculous contraction. So notice that these are only partial range of motion because we just really want to focus on that side delt and not really bring any type of trap or momentum into play. Momentum does not build deltoids, so always remember that. But other than that, this was a good exercise. Something I'm going to have to take a little getting used to, but we'll work it out. So that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want more content from me in the gym or just talking or ranting and raving. Let me know and we could definitely work it out. Alright? Thanks guys, and y'all have a wonderful Thursday.